The gunshot tears through the St. Petersburg night before Layla Kurova hears it. The bullet punches through her father's chest, blood spraying across fresh snow, his body crumpling like paper. She doesn't scream. Can't. Her throat locks, frozen by shock and the Siberian cold biting through her coat. Run. Her father's last word, a command, a plea. If you believe no girl should ever stay a victim, and you refuse to support those who prey on the weak, subscribe. This is her fight. So she runs. Her boots slip on ice-slicked cobblestones. Behind her, boots pound closer. Heavy, relentless, military precise. The Petrov brothers. They've been hunting her family for 3 generations, waiting for the debt to come due. And tonight, it has. Layla cuts down an alley, lungs burning. Her father's blood still warm on her hands. She doesn't know where she's going. Doesn't matter. Anywhere is better than a bullet in the back. Headlights slash through the darkness. A black sedan screeches around the corner, blocking her path. She skids to a stop, nearly falling. The door opens. A man steps out, tall, black coat, eyes like winter steel. Ivan Volkov. Even in her terror, she knows the name. Everyone in St. Petersburg knows it. The Wolf. The man who built an empire on blood and fear. The man even the Petrov brothers don't cross. He's holding something. A piece of parchment, yellowed with age, stained with something dark at the edges. Blood. Layla Kurova, Ivan says. His voice is calm. Too calm. Like he's discussing the weather. Not standing in an alley with a terrified woman and corpses cooling in the snow. Your father's debt transfers to you. As of tonight, you belong to me. I don't understand. Her voice cracks. You don't need to? He unfolds the parchment. Even from 6 feet away, she can read the words scrawled across the top, blood contract. And below it, 2 names, her father's signature, and a blank line waiting for hers. Sign it, Ivan says, or die here. Those are your options. What kind of... A bullet whistles past her head, slamming into the brick wall behind her. Layla drops, hands over her head, heart hammering so hard she thinks it'll break her ribs. Ivan doesn't flinch, doesn't even turn. He just raises his gun, smooth, practiced, and fires 3 times into the darkness. 3 bodies hit the ground. As I said, he lowers the gun. Sign or die. Layla's hands shake as she pushes herself up. More footsteps echo from both ends of the alley. The Petrovs brought an army. She's trapped. Ivan extends his hand, not to help her up, to hand her a pen. What does it mean? She gasps. If I sign? It means you're mine. My responsibility, my property, my wife. The word hits her like a slap. Wife? In name only. This isn't romance, Miss Kurova. This is survival. Your father owed me a debt he couldn't pay. 20 million rubles. Blood, sweat, or loyalty. Those were his options. He chose blood. Yours. Layla's stomach turns. He sold me? He saved you. Ivan's eyes don't soften, but something shifts in his expression. The Petrovs would have raped you, tortured you, sold you to the highest bidder. Your father made a deal. You marry me, the debt transfers, and I protect you. It's not freedom, but it's life. Another gunshot. Closer this time. Ivan grabs her arm, not rough, but firm, and pulls her toward the sedan. Decide now. I need time. You have 3 seconds. Layla looks at the darkness closing in, at the blood pooling around her father's body, at Ivan's face, cold and unreadable, but not cruel. She takes the pen. Her signature is shaky, barely legible, but it's there. The moment the pen leaves the paper, Ivan folds it, tucks it inside his coat, and shoves her into the back seat. Drive, he barks at the driver. The sedan lurches forward, tires screaming, snow spraying in every direction. Layla collapses against the leather seats, shaking so hard her teeth chatter. Through the rear window, she watches the alley disappear. The bodies, the blood, the last piece of her old life. Why? She whispers. Why would you agree to this? You don't know me. You don't need me. Ivan doesn't look at her, just stares out the windshield, jaw tight. Your father saved my life once. 7 years ago, I don't forget debts. He pauses. And I don't let the Petrovs win. So I'm just a pawn? In whatever war you're fighting? Yes. No hesitation. No apology. Just brutal honesty. Layla laughs. It comes out bitter, half sob. At least you're honest. Honesty keeps you alive. Lies get you killed. Ivan finally turns to look at her. You want to hate me? Fine. Hate me. But understand this. You signed that contract, which means you follow my rules. You sleep where I tell you. Eat what I give you. Go where I say. And you don't leave the estate without my permission. Ever. So I'm a prisoner. You're alive. His eyes bore into hers. That's more than your father is. More than you'd be if I hadn't shown up. So yes, you're a prisoner. But you're a living one. The sedan speeds through empty streets, the city giving way to forest, then to high walls topped with barbed wire. The Volkov estate, a fortress disguised as a mansion. The gate opens. They pull into a courtyard lit by floodlights, guards stationed at every corner. Ivan steps out first, then opens her door. Inside, now. Layla doesn't move. What if I refuse? What if I run? Then I let the Petrovs have you. His voice is flat, matter of fact. And trust me, what they'll do to you will make death look like mercy. She believes him. God help her. She believes him. Layla steps out of the car. The cold hits her immediately. Wind cutting through her coat. Snow already starting to fall again. Ivan leads her through a reinforced steel door into warmth, but it doesn't feel warm. Just less cold. The interior is stark, expensive, but sterile. No photos, no personal touches, just clean lines, dark wood, and the faint smell of gun, oil. Your room. Ivan gestures to a door at the end of the hallway. Bathroom attached. Clothes in the closet. Doors lock from the outside, not the inside. Don't try the windows. They're reinforced and alarmed. Layla's throat tightens. And if I need something? You won't. He turns to leave, then pauses. One more thing. There are 23 men on this estate. Every single one of them will die before they let you leave. But if you try to run anyway, if you try to betray me, he looks back at her, and for the first time, she sees something dangerous flash in his eyes. I won't kill you. I'll give you back to the Petrovs. Personally. He walks away, boots echoing on marble floors, leaving her alone in the hallway. Layla stands there, shaking, her father's blood still under her fingernails, a blood contract binding her to a man she doesn't know. A prisoner, a wife, alive. She steps into her room and locks the door behind her, pointless since it locks from the outside, but the gesture makes her feel slightly less powerless. Slightly. Through the window, she watches snow fall over the estate. Somewhere out there, the Petrovs are planning their next move. And somewhere in this cold, sterile mansion, Ivan Volkov is doing the same. Layla sits on the edge of the bed, head in her hands, and finally lets herself cry. Not for her father, not for her freedom, for the girl she was 6 hours ago, before the gunshot, before the blood, before the contract. That girl is dead. And whoever survives this place will be someone else entirely. Layla doesn't sleep. Can't. Every time she closes her eyes, she sees her father's body crumpling into the snow, blood spreading like spilled wine. She sits at the window until dawn, watching guards patrol the perimeter, their breath fogging in the cold air. The door unlocks at exactly 6 a.m. No knock. Just the metallic click of the bolt sliding back. Ivan stands in the doorway, already dressed, a tray in his hands. Coffee, bread, cheese. He sets it on the small table without a word. Eat, he says. Training starts in 30 minutes. Layla doesn't move. Training for what? Survival. He turns to leave. Wait. Her voice is hoarse from crying. My father, his body, where? Buried. Last night. I had my men handle it. Ivan's tone is clipped, businesslike. There was no time for a funeral? The Petrovs have eyes everywhere. The longer your father stayed above ground, the more danger you were in. I didn't even get to say goodbye. The words break on the way out. For the first time, something flickers in Ivan's expression. Not sympathy exactly, but not complete indifference either. He's dead, Miss Kurova. Goodbyes won't change that. But staying alive will honor him more than any funeral. He pauses at the door. 28 minutes now. Don't make me come back for you. The door closes, locks. Layla stares at the food. Her stomach churns, but she forces herself to eat. If she's going to survive this, she needs strength. 28 minutes later, Ivan returns. This time, he doesn't wait for her to follow. Just walks down the hallway, expecting obedience. Layla hesitates, then follows. What choice does she have? He leads her through the mansion, past guards who don't meet her eyes, downstairs that descend into the basement, through a steel door that opens into a massive training facility. Mats cover the floor. Weights line one wall. Targets hang at the far end. It smells like sweat and leather. Strip, Ivan says. Layla's blood goes cold. Excuse me? He doesn't even look at her. Just pulls open a locker and tosses her a bundle of clothing. Your dress is impractical. Change into this. There's a bathroom in the corner. She exhales shakily and takes the clothes. Combat pants, a fitted tank top, boots. In the bathroom, she changes quickly, hands trembling. When she emerges, Ivan is waiting, arms crossed. Good. Now we see what you're made of. He walks to the center of the mat. Attack me. What? You heard me. Attack me. Layla stares at him. I don't know how to... Exactly. Which is why you'll learn. The Petrovs won't give you time to think. They'll come fast, brutal, and without mercy. So you need to learn to fight back. His eyes narrow. Or die. Your choice. Anger flares in her chest, hot and sudden. He keeps saying that, your choice, like she has any real choice in this nightmare. She lunges at him. Ivan sidesteps effortlessly. Layla stumbles, nearly falling. Before she can recover, his arm is around her throat from behind. Not choking, but controlling. Demonstrating. Too slow, too obvious. You telegraphed your move before you made it. His voice is calm in her ear, almost gentle. Again, he releases her. Layla spins, swinging wildly. He blocks with one hand, catches her wrist, twists. Pain shoots up her arm. She gasps. Predictable. You're angry, so you're sloppy. Anger gets you killed. He lets go, steps back. Again. For 2 hours, it's the same. Layla attacks. Ivan counters, over and over. She's exhausted, bruised, furious. Her muscles scream. Sweat stings her eyes, but she doesn't quit. Finally, on the 20th attempt, she fakes left, drops low, and sweeps his leg. Ivan goes down. For half a second, Layla freezes, shocked that it worked. Then Ivan's hand shoots out, grabs her ankle, and yanks. She crashes onto the mat beside him, breath knocked out of her lungs. He's on his feet instantly, but there's something different in his expression. Approval. Faint, but there. Better, he says. You're learning. Layla lies there, chest heaving, glaring up at him. I hate you. Good. Hate keeps you sharp. He extends a hand. She doesn't take it, but pushes herself up alone. Ivan's lips twitch. Almost a smile. Almost. Rest. 15 minutes. Then we move to firearms. I don't know how to shoot. You will. He walks to the weapons locker, pulling out 2 handguns. The Petrovs won't wait for you to be ready, so we don't have time to take this slow. Layla watches him check the magazines, his movements precise and practiced. Why are you doing this? You could just keep me locked in that room, safe. Why bother training me? Ivan sets the guns on a table, finally looking at her directly. Because a prisoner is a liability. A fighter is an asset. And if you're going to survive in my world, you need to be the latter. Your world, Layla repeats bitterly. I didn't ask for this world. No one does. But here you are. So, adapt or die. He picks up one of the guns, checks the safety, and hands it to her. This is a Makarov, standard issue. Simple, reliable. 9mm, 8-round magazine. The weight of it in her hand feels wrong. Heavy. Deadly. Grip it like this. Ivan moves behind her, adjusting her hands. His body is close, too close, but clinical, instructional. Finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Aim with both eyes open. Squeeze, don't pull. He steps back, points to the target downrange, a human silhouette. Shoot. Layla's hands shake. She aims, squeezes. The recoil jolts through her arms. The bullet hits the wall 3 feet left of the target. Again. She fires. Misses. Again. Miss. Again. This time the bullet grazes the edge of the target. Barely. Better, Ivan says. You're flinching. Anticipating the recoil. Breathe. Focus. Squeeze. An hour later, Layla's arms ache. Her ears ring despite the ear protection, and her hands smell like gunpowder. But she's hitting the target. Not the center. Not yet, but hitting it. Ivan takes the gun from her hands. Enough for today. You're getting sloppy. Exhaustion makes you careless. Layla wants to argue, wants to prove she can keep going. But her body is screaming for rest. Go, shower, eat, sleep. Ivan turns away, already moving to clean the weapons. Tomorrow, we go harder. Why? The question bursts out before she can stop it. Why do you care if I learn this? You said I'm just a debt, a contract. So why bother? Ivan pauses. Doesn't turn around. Because I don't let what's mine break easily. I'm not yours. The contract says otherwise. His voice is cold again, distant. And until that contract is fulfilled or you're dead, you follow my rules. Now go. Layla storms out, fury and exhaustion warring in her chest. She hates him, hates this place, hates the blood contract that binds her here. But as she stands under the shower, hot water washing away sweat and gunpowder residue, she realizes something. She hit the target today. After dozens of failures, she hit it. And tomorrow, she'll hit it again. And the day after that. Because Ivan is right about one thing. She's not the same girl who ran through the snow last night. That girl would have given up. This one won't. Late that night, Layla lies in bed, staring at the ceiling. Her muscles ache. Her hands are blistered. But her mind is sharper than it's been in years. A sound outside her window makes her freeze. Footsteps, crunching in snow. She moves to the window silently, pressing against the wall. Below, 2 figures move through the courtyard. Guards, doing their rounds. Or are they? One of them glances up. For a split second, their eyes meet. The guard smiles. Cold. Cruel. Then he's gone, disappearing into the shadows. Layla's blood runs ice cold. That wasn't one of Ivan's men. She knows it in her gut. The Petrovs are inside the estate. She runs to her door, pounds on it. Ivan! Ivan! Footsteps. The lock clicks. The door flies open. Ivan stands there, gun already in hand, eyes sharp. What? The courtyard. I saw... There's someone out there, not one of your men. Ivan doesn't question her, doesn't hesitate. He's moving instantly, barking orders into a radio as he runs. Layla follows, adrenaline overriding fear. Alarms start blaring. Guards swarm the courtyard. Searchlights blaze to life. And then gunfire erupts. The Petrovs aren't just inside the estate, they're everywhere. Bullets tear through the night. Glass shatters. Layla dives behind a stone pillar as the courtyard explodes into chaos. Muzzle flashes, screaming, the wet thud of bodies hitting snow. Ivan moves like a shadow. 3 shots. 3 bodies drop. He doesn't waste bullets, doesn't hesitate. Every movement is calculated, lethal, efficient. Stay down, he barks at Layla. She does. For about 5 seconds. Then she sees it, a Petrov soldier climbing through a shattered window, rifle raised, aimed directly at Ivan's back. Layla doesn't think, just acts. She grabs a fallen guard's gun, raises it with shaking hands, and fires. The shot goes wide, hits the wall. The soldier turns toward her. She fires again. This time, the bullet hits his shoulder. He staggers, drops the rifle. Ivan spins, sees the threat, finishes it with a single shot to the chest. He looks at Layla. Something flickers in his eyes. Surprise, maybe. Or respect. Move! He grabs her arm, pulls her toward the main building. More Petrov soldiers pour through the gates. Too many. They're outnumbered. How did they get in? Layla gasps as they run. Someone let them in. Ivan's voice is ice. Someone on the inside. They reach the steel door. Ivan punches in the code. Nothing happens. He tries again. Still nothing. They've locked us out. His jaw clenches. The system's been compromised. Gunfire erupts closer. They're surrounded. Layla's heart pounds so hard she can taste it. This is it. This is how she dies. 2 days after signing that contract, she's going to die in the snow, just like her father. Ivan's hand finds hers. Not gentle, not comforting. Just anchoring. Can you climb? What? The fire escape. 2nd floor. Can you climb? Layla looks up. The metal ladder is slick with ice, barely visible in the darkness. I think so. Then move. He fires 3 covering shots, giving her seconds. Now! Layla runs. Her boots slip on ice. She grabs the ladder, pulls herself up. Her hands are numb, fingers screaming as metal bites into her palms. Below, Ivan lays down, suppressing fire, buying her time. She reaches the 2nd floor landing, turns back. Ivan! He's already climbing, fast and smooth despite the ice. A bullet pings off the railing inches from his hand. He doesn't flinch. They crash through the 2nd floor window. Glass cuts Layla's arm. Blood runs hot against her freezing skin, but she doesn't stop. Can't stop. Ivan slams the window shut, locks it. This way. They run through darkened hallways. Emergency lights cast everything in red. Somewhere below, the gunfire continues. Layla can hear boots pounding on stairs. The Petrovs are inside. Ivan leads her to what looks like a library. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, leather chairs, a massive fireplace. He moves to the bookshelf on the left, pulls 3 specific books in sequence. The shelf swings open. A hidden passage. Inside, Ivan commands. Layla doesn't argue. She steps into darkness. Ivan follows, pulling the shelf, closed behind them. The gunfire becomes muffled, distant. Keep moving. Ivan's hand finds her back, guiding her forward through pitch black. There are stairs ahead. 53 of them. Count. Layla counts. Her legs shake with exhaustion and adrenaline. When they reach the bottom, Ivan produces a small flashlight. They're in a bunker. Concrete walls, steel door, weapons racks, monitors showing security feeds from every corner of the estate, and 1 chair, 1 desk, 1 man sitting there, fingers steepled, smiling. Dmitry Volkov, Ivan's younger brother. Layla recognizes him from photos she'd seen in the library upstairs. Same sharp jaw, same cold eyes, but where Ivan's face is carved from discipline and control, Dmitry's is twisted with something uglier. Ambition. Hello, brother, Dmitry says. His voice is smooth, poisonous. Took you long enough. Ivan goes perfectly still. His gun rises, aimed at Dmitry's head. You let them in. I invited them in, Dmitry corrects. The Petrovs have been very generous. 50 million rubles to deliver you and your little bride to them. Alive, preferably, but dead works too. You betrayed your own blood. Dmitry laughs. You're one to talk. You killed our father, Ivan. Don't pretend you have morals now. Layla's blood runs cold. What? Oh, she doesn't know? Dmitry's smile widens. How delightful. Tell her, brother. Tell her how you put a bullet in our father's head 3 years ago. How you took his empire. How you built your reputation on patricide. Layla looks at Ivan. His face is stone. He doesn't deny it. He was weak, Ivan says quietly. He would have destroyed everything. I did what was necessary. Necessary? Dmitry repeats mockingly. And now I'm doing what's necessary, taking what should have been mine. You'll die first, Ivan says. His finger moves to the trigger. Will I? Dmitry presses a button on the desk. The monitors flicker. New images appear. A room. A woman tied to a chair, gagged, terrified. Layla's stomach drops. She recognizes her, Katya, her father's housekeeper, the woman who'd raised Layla after her mother died. Kill me, Dmitri says calmly, and I send the signal. My men put a bullet in her head. Your choice, brother. Me or her? Ivan's hand doesn't waver. She means nothing to me. But she means something to your bride. Dmitri's eyes slide to Layla. Doesn't she? I did my research. Katya's the closest thing you have to family now. So tell me, Layla, is my brother's revenge worth her life? Layla can't breathe, can't think. Katya is 70 years old. She bakes bread. She hums old folk songs. She's never hurt anyone. Don't, Layla whispers. Please, don't kill her. Then convince him to lower the gun, Dmitri says. Layla looks at Ivan. His face is unreadable, cold, but his jaw is tight, and she realizes he's calculating, weighing options, lives, costs. Ivan, she says quietly, please. Begging won't work on him, Dmitri laughs. My brother doesn't have a heart. Everyone knows that. He's right, Ivan says flatly. He lowers the gun. I don't. Dmitri's smile returns. Smart choice. Now, both of you, on your knees, hands behind your heads. Ivan doesn't move. The Petrovs won't honor your deal. They'll kill you the moment they have us. I'm aware, which is why I've arranged alternate transportation. By morning, I'll be in Prague with enough money to disappear forever. And you? Dmitri stands, pulling his own gun. You'll be very, very dead. You forget something? Ivan says. What's that? I taught you everything you know. Ivan moves. It happens in seconds. He throws the flashlight. Dmitri fires, but the shot goes wild. Ivan's already moving, closing the distance. The gun goes flying. They collide, fists and fury. Layla grabs the fallen weapon. Her hands shake, but she raises it. Dmitri throws Ivan against the wall, reaches for a knife at his belt. Stop! Layla's voice cracks. The gun is pointed at Dmitri's chest. Don't move. Dmitri freezes, then laughs. You won't shoot me? You're not a killer. 2 days ago, I wasn't, Layla says. Her voice steadies. But you took that choice from me when you put Katya in that chair. She fires. The bullet hits Dmitri's leg. He screams, collapses. Layla's hands are shaking so hard, she nearly drops the gun. She's never shot a person before. The sound echoes in her skull. The smell of gunpowder burns her nose. Ivan gets to his feet, breathing hard. He looks at her, really looks at her. You didn't kill him. No, Layla whispers. But I stopped him. Ivan nods slowly. Good. Subscribe if you believe survival means crossing lines you never thought you would. He takes the gun from her hands gently, then walks to the desk, types rapidly on the keyboard. On the monitors, armed men burst into the room where Katya is being held. Ivan's men. They cut her loose. She's safe. Dmitri writhes on the floor, clutching his bleeding leg. You shot me. Be grateful she did, Ivan says coldly. I would have aimed higher. He binds Dmitri's hands with zip ties, then hauls him upright. You're going to call off the Petrovs. Now. Or I let her shoot you again. And next time, she might not be so merciful. Dmitri, pale and sweating, nods shakily. Ivan shoves a phone at him. Dmitri makes the call. His voice trembles as he orders the retreat. Through the monitors, Layla watches the Petrov soldiers pull back, disappearing into the night. When it's done, Ivan takes the phone back. Take him to the holding cells, he orders guards who appear in the doorway. And get a medic. I want him alive. They drag Dmitri away. His screams echo down the corridor. Finally, silence. Layla sinks into the chair, shaking. Ivan stands across from her, blood on his knuckles, his expression unreadable. You killed your own father, Layla says quietly. It's not a question. Yes. Why? Because he was going to sell this organization to the Chechens, piece by piece. I stopped him. By murdering him. By saving 200 men. Ivan's voice is hard. I don't expect you to understand. I don't expect you to forgive, but I did what I had to do. Layla looks at him. This man who killed his father, who forced her into a blood contract, who just saved Katya's life because Layla asked him to. I don't forgive you, she says, but I understand. Something shifts in Ivan's expression, softens. Just barely. Come, he says. We need to secure the estate. Layla stands. Her legs shake, but she follows him out of the bunker, into the blood-stained snow, into her new life. The estate is a war zone. Bullet holes scar the walls. Blood stains the snow in dark, frozen pools. Bodies, both Ivan's men and Petrov's soldiers, are being carried away on stretchers. Layla watches from the second-floor window, her reflection ghostly in the glass. She shot a man tonight, Ivan's own brother. Her hands still shake when she thinks about it. A knock at the door, not Ivan's usual entrance, no lock clicking, no commanding presence. Just a quiet knock. Come in, Layla says. The door opens. An older woman enters, gray-haired, wearing a simple dress and apron. Her eyes are kind but wary. Miss Kurova, the woman says softly. I'm Anya. I manage the household staff. Mr. Volkov sent me to check on you. You're injured. Layla glances down. Her arm is still bleeding where the glass cut her. She'd forgotten about it entirely. It's nothing. It needs cleaning. Anya moves closer, setting down a medical kit. May I? Layla nods, too exhausted to argue. She sits while Anya cleans the wound with practiced efficiency. The sting of antiseptic barely registers. You saved Katya's life tonight, Anya says quietly as she works. She's my sister. I wanted to thank you. Layla's throat tightens. I didn't save her. I couldn't let her die. That's what saving someone is. Anya finishes bandaging the wound, then meets Layla's eyes. Mr. Volkov is not an easy man to understand, but he protects what's his. And whether you believe it or not, you're his now. That means something here. I'm a prisoner, Layla says bitterly. You're alive, Anya corrects gently. In this world, that's more than most can say. She packs up the medical kit. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be harder. She leaves before Layla can ask what that means. Sleep doesn't come. Layla lies awake, watching dawn break over the blood-stained courtyard. When the lock clicks at 6 a.m., she's already dressed, already waiting. Ivan enters. He looks like he hasn't slept either. His knuckles are freshly bandaged. There's a cut above his left eyebrow that wasn't there before. Training is postponed, he says. No greeting? Just business. We have a problem. Another one? His lips twitch, almost a smile. The Petrovs retreated, but they didn't surrender. Dmitri's betrayal cost us 12 men and exposed our security protocols. We're vulnerable, which means we move. Layla stands. Move where? Sarajevo. I have a secondary location there. Fortified, isolated. The Petrovs won't find us easily. He pauses. Pack light. We leave in 2 hours. Wait. Layla steps forward. What about Dmitri? What happens to him? Ivan's expression goes cold. That's not your concern. You're going to kill him. Yes. The word is simple, final. No hesitation. Layla's stomach turns. He's your brother. He betrayed me, sold me to my enemies, got 12 of my men killed. Ivan's voice is ice. Blood relation means nothing when weighed against that. He's still family. He stopped being family the moment he put a price on my head. Ivan takes a step closer. This is my world, Layla. My rules. And in my world, betrayal has only one punishment. And if I betray you? The question escapes before she can stop it. What happens to me? Ivan studies her. His eyes are unreadable. You won't. How do you know? Because you shot Dmitri to save someone you love. That tells me everything I need to know about who you are. He turns toward the door. 2 hours. Don't make me wait. He's gone before she can respond. The flight to Sarajevo is tense. They take a private plane, small, unmarked, piloted by one of Ivan's most trusted men. Layla sits across from Ivan, watching him work on a laptop, his face illuminated by the screen's cold light. "What are you doing?" she asks finally. "Damage control. Dmitri leaked information to the Petrovs. I'm determining how much." He doesn't look up. "And who else might have been compromised? Do you trust anyone?" "No. Not even your own men?" "Especially not my own men." Ivan closes the laptop, finally meeting her gaze. "Trust is a luxury I can't afford. Every person is a potential threat until proven otherwise." That sounds exhausting. "It's survival." He leans back, studying her. "You're learning that now. Yesterday, you trusted that my estate was safe. Today, you know better." "Yesterday, I didn't shoot anyone," Layla counters. "Today I did. So yes, I'm learning." "Regret it?" She wants to say yes. Wants to say she wishes she'd never pulled that trigger, never felt the recoil, never smelled the gunpowder. But that would be a lie. "No," she admits quietly. "If I hadn't shot him, Katya would be dead. So no, I don't regret it." Something shifts in Ivan's expression. Approval. Maybe even pride. Good. Regret is useless. Learn from your actions, then move forward. "Is that what you did? When you killed your father?" The temperature in the cabin drops 10 degrees. Ivan's jaw tightens. "That's different." "How?" "Because I didn't have a choice." His voice is low, dangerous. "My father was weak. He was selling us out piece by piece, destroying everything our family built. I gave him a chance to step down. He refused. So I did what had to be done." "And you don't regret it?" "Every day." The admission is quiet, raw. "But I'd do it again, because the alternative was worse." Layla sees it then. The weight he carries, the guilt buried so deep he pretends it doesn't exist. For the first time, she realizes Ivan Volkov isn't just a monster. He's a man who made impossible choices and learned to live with them. "I'm sorry," she says. Ivan looks at her sharply. "For what?" "For what this world did to you." He doesn't respond, just turns back to the window, jaw tight, walls back up. But Layla saw it, that flicker of vulnerability, and she knows now, beneath the ice, there's something human still alive. They land in Sarajevo as night falls. The safe house is exactly what Ivan promised, fortified, isolated, built into the side of a mountain with only one access road. Layla can see why he chose it. It's a fortress. Inside, the decor is sparse, functional, no warmth, no personality, just survival. "Your room," Ivan says, gesturing to a door. "Same rules as before. Don't leave without my permission. Don't try the windows." "I know the drill," Layla mutters. "Good." He starts to walk away, then pauses. "You did well tonight. In the bunker. Against Dmitri. You didn't freeze. You acted." It's the closest thing to praise she's heard from him. "Thank you," Layla says. Ivan nods once. Then he's gone, footsteps echoing down the corridor. Layla enters her room and locks the door. Pointless, but habitual now. She collapses onto the bed, exhaustion finally catching up. Her body aches, her mind races. But underneath it all, there's something new. Strength. She's not the same girl who ran through St. Petersburg 3 days ago. That girl would have broken by now. Would have given up. Would have died. This girl survived. Adapted. Fought back. And she's not done yet. A sound wakes her hours later. Not a knock. Something else. Scratching. At the window. Layla's eyes snap open. She moves silently to the wall, grabbing the knife Ivan insisted she keep under her pillow. The scratching continues. Deliberate, rhythmic. Someone's trying to get in. She inches toward the window, knife raised. The glass is reinforced, but not unbreakable. Outside, she can barely make out a figure in the darkness. Too small to be a man? A woman? The figure raises something. A piece of paper. Presses it against the glass. Layla's blood runs cold. Written in shaky handwriting. "They know you're here. Run." Before Layla can react, the figure disappears into the darkness. Gone as quickly as they appeared. Layla's heart pounds. She runs to the door, pounds on it. Ivan! No response. She pounds harder. Ivan, they're here. Still nothing. And then she hears it. Distant but unmistakable. Gunfire. The Petrovs found them. The gunfire is getting closer. Layla grabs the gun from under her pillow, the Makarov Ivan gave her 2 days ago, and checks the magazine. 8 rounds. She prays it's enough. The door is still locked from the outside. She's trapped. No? Not trapped? Contained? There's a difference. Layla runs to the window. Reinforced glass. She smashes the lamp against it, once, twice. The glass spiderwebs, but doesn't break. 3 more hits, and it finally shatters. Coal mountain air rushes in. She looks down. 20-foot drop. Snow below, but rocks too. She could break an ankle, or worse. Gunfire erupts from the corridor outside her room. Shouting. Then a scream, cut short. Layla makes her choice. She climbs through the window, hangs from the ledge, and drops. The impact steals her breath. Pain shoots through her left ankle, but she can move it, not broken. She limps toward the tree line, gun raised, every shadow a potential threat. Layla, she spins. Ivan emerges from the side entrance, blood on his face, gun in hand. Relief floods through her so fast she almost sobs. You're alive, she gasps. Barely. He grabs her arm. Move. They breach the east wing. How many? Too many. He pulls her into the forest. Behind them, the safe house erupts in flames. Explosions rock the mountainside. The Petrovs aren't taking chances this time. They're burning everything. They run. Branches whip Layla's face. Her ankle screams with every step, but she doesn't slow down. Can't slow down. Behind them, voices shout in Russian. Flashlight beams cut through the trees. There's a vehicle, Ivan says, breathing hard. 1/2 kilometer north. If we reach it, a bullet tears through the trees. Layla ducks. Ivan returns fire. 3 quick shots. Someone screams. Keep moving. They reach a ravine. 20 feet across, 30 feet down. No bridge. Tell me you can jump, Ivan says. Layla looks at the gap, her injured ankle. The rocks below. Are you insane? Probably. He grabs her hand. On 3. 1. Wait, I need to. 2. Ivan. 3. They jump. For one terrifying second, Layla is airborne. Nothing beneath her but empty space and certain death. Then Ivan's arm is around her waist, pulling her forward, and they hit the opposite side hard. She claws at snow and dirt, scrambling for purchase. Ivan hauls her up. Behind them, the Petrov soldiers reach the ravine. They don't jump, just aim their rifles. Ivan and Layla are already running. Bullets tear through the forest, but the darkness and trees provide cover. Layla's lungs burn. Her ankle is on fire. But she keeps moving. Finally, they reach it. A black SUV hidden under camouflage netting. Ivan rips the netting away, throws open the driver's door. Get in! Layla collapses into the passenger seat. Ivan guns the engine, tires spinning on ice before finding traction. They rocket down the mountain road, the safe house burning behind them like a funeral pyre. For several minutes, neither speaks. Just the roar of the engine and their ragged breathing. Finally, Layla breaks the silence. Someone warned me, before the attack. A woman, she put a note on my window. Ivan's jaw tightens. What did it say? They know you're here. Run. Did you see her face? No, too dark. Ivan exhales slowly. Katya. What? It was Katya. She's worked for me for 15 years. When Dmitri took her, he must have told her things. Used her to send information. She warned you. His voice is rough. And it saved both our lives. Layla's throat tightens. Is she safe? I sent her to Prague yesterday with Anya. They're out of Russia by now. Ivan glances at her. Because you asked me to protect her. If you hadn't, she'd have been left behind. And we'd both be dead. The weight of that settles between them. Layla saved Katya. Katya saved them. A circle of debt and survival that binds them all together now. Where are we going? Layla asks. Somewhere the Petrovs won't think to look. Ivan's eyes stay fixed on the road. Istanbul. I have contacts there. We can disappear, regroup, figure out our next move. And Dmitri? Ivan's expression goes cold. Dead. I gave the order before we left Sarajevo. It was carried out an hour ago. Layla should feel something. Horror, disgust, but all she feels is numbness, and maybe relief. Good. Ivan looks at her sharply. You mean that? He tried to kill us. He got 12 men killed. He tortured Katya for information. Layla meets his gaze. Yes, I mean it. He deserved what he got. Something shifts in Ivan's expression. Not approval exactly. Recognition. You're changing. You're changing me, Layla corrects. Is that an accusation? It's a fact. She looks at the window at the darkness rushing past. 3 days ago, I'd never held a gun. Never hurt anyone. Never watched someone die. Now, I shot your brother. Jumped across a ravine. Escaped a burning building. I'm not the same person. Do you hate what you've become? Layla considers that, really considers it. The girl she was 3 days ago would have broken by now. Would have begged, cried, given up. But this version of herself, the one Ivan forged in gunfire and blood, is stronger, harder, still alive. No, she says finally. I don't hate it. I hate that it was necessary. But I don't hate who I am now. Ivan nods slowly. Good, because we're not done yet. The Petrovs won't stop. Not until one of us is dead. Then we make sure it's them. Ivan's lips curve, an actual smile. Rare and genuine. We. Yes, we. Layla meets his eyes. You forced me into this world. You made me sign that contract. But I'm choosing to stay now. Not because I have to. Because I want to survive. And I can't do that alone. You want to fight beside me? I want to end this. Layla's voice is steel. The Petrovs took my father. They've tried to kill me 3 times. I'm done running. I'm done being afraid. So yes, I'll fight beside you. Until they're all dead, or we are. Ivan pulls the SUV to the side of the road. Kills the engine. Turns to face her fully. If we do this, if we go to war with the Petrovs, there's no going back. You understand that? You'll have blood on your hands. You'll become everything you probably hated 3 days ago. I know. And you're choosing this anyway? I'm choosing to survive, Layla says. On my terms, with my eyes open. That's all I can do. Ivan studies her for a long moment. Then he extends his hand. Partners? Layla looks at his hand. The hand of a man who killed his own father, who forced her into a blood contract, who's turned her into someone she barely recognizes. But also the hand of a man who protected Katya because she asked, who taught her to fight, who just saved her life. Again, she takes his hand. Partners. They shake. Firm, final, a new contract, not written in blood, not forced, chosen. Ivan starts the engine again. They drive into the night, 2 survivors bound by violence and necessity, heading toward an uncertain future. But for the first time since her father died, Layla isn't afraid. She's ready. The road stretches ahead, dark and endless. Somewhere out there, the Petrovs are regrouping, planning, hunting. Let them come. Layla Kirova isn't running anymore. She's fighting back. Remember when I said this is a story about a woman who refuses to stay a victim? You just watched it happen. From snow-soaked terror to pulling a trigger without hesitation. That's the transformation. If you felt it, if you lived it with her, if you believe anyone can become dangerous when survival demands it, subscribe. Comment which moment changed Layla the most. Like if you're hungry for more stories like this. Because that's what I do here. I write about the ones who fight back. And if you made it to the end, you're one of us now.